Good morning. Hello. Greetings, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome. Good morning. Welcome. It's great to see you. Great to have you with us. Um, Welcome to the ones we know, the ones we are meeting now, the ones who have their cameras on, the ones who are not, we understand, the ones who will watch also the recording. Yeah, we all belong. We all have a place here. Thank you for making time, for making arrangements, for showing up today for you, for your people, for the earth. Yeah, welcome. Mm.
Welcome also from my side, and good morning. And also thank you for returning. For most of you, I see very familiar faces from yesterday, and also welcome to the new ones. Today, it's a new day, new beginnings, and a great chance to continue what we started yesterday, or just to start a new process for those who are for the first time here. Thank you.
Mhm. All right, so we're gathering today to reignite the wild self and to retrieve the life force. And just a little bit about the context in which we are meeting, very briefly, because we spoke about it also in the previous webinar, but it's worth to say that this meeting is happening within a project called the Seeds of Future, a project in which we have been working with the topic of eco-awakening in youth work. And yeah, I think we have been working on it for 1 year or so, doing a lot of activities um, and it is co-funded by the European Union under the Erasmus Plus project. And it's, yeah, great that we can work with the funding coming from the European Union. Yeah, my name is Eleni. I come from Cyprus. Today I will be one of your guides. I'm a facilitator and space holder with the mission of tending the sacred. Mm, and I do that through experiential learning and so much more. You will see how I work. Yeah, and I'm delighted to work with this human being who will present himself in a while in this project and today in particular. Mhm.
Yeah. And just a few words from my side. I'm Bogdan Romanica and I live in Romania. I was born here and I'm struggling to make a change in this part of the world where sometimes things are not easy. But a long time ago, I've heard that a doctor is going where he's needed, not where the people are healthy, not where the place is healthy. So it stayed with me, and I like to see myself a little bit like a doctor. Not that I have any degree in this science, but someone who tries to bring a little bit of healing and empowerment and inspiration for the people who live in this part of the world. And yeah, I also like to be a weaver of different threads like psychology, spirituality, nature connection, the sacred, stories, music, and many other things. And some of them you will be able to taste them today. So thank you again for showing up.
Mhm. Well, a little bit about how it will work. Um, these 2 hours, we have a lot of experiences, a lot of activities prepared, a drop of theory or input or concepts, let's say. And in the very end of all of it, we will have a moment for questions and answers. So if you have any questions, gather them and we're going to address them in the very end. And we're doing this because we want to value the experience. We want to, we want to make sure that um, first we leave what is offered and then we can come to the conceptualized and the pragmatic mind and think of how these can be applied or how these can go on and so on and so on. So that's how it will work. And and then here is a little moment of diving. Let's say we're now arriving to the crossing of a threshold, um, the crossing of a threshold in which we are transitioning from what we have been doing so far in our day into the realm of um, deeper connection with ourselves and deeper connection with the earth. And so we like to call this first activity arrival ritual. Arrival ritual. Uh, yeah, and it helps us to drop in, to settle, to arrive not only with our body and with our mind, but also with our full heart, with our spirit. So we are going to, this is a moment, if you have your candle, to bring it next to you and to light it all together. Let me also grab my candle. If you don't have a candle, you can use your imagination candle. Yeah, and let's bring with us the ancient element of the fire. I'm saying ancient because scientists say that the whole universe has begun with a spark, so kind of a fire. So we're bringing fire here with us, as if we are all sitting in a circle around this fire. Mm. If you want, you may set an intention for these 2 hours. When I'm saying intention, it means, it might mean this is a possibility. Who and how do you want to be in 2 hours from now? Who or how do you want to be in 2 hours from now? Mm. Oh, yeah, this is a beginning of this dropping of this arrival. Yeah, we have the fire, we have the intention, and let us also spend 2 or 3 more minutes with the company of a song. We will play a song, and in these 2, 3 minutes, you are invited to be with the song in the way it feels right at this moment. Maybe it feels right to sit and close your eyes and deepen into the song and the music and the lyrics and the messages and the whispers. It might mean that you want to move with the song, your fingers or your hips. Might mean, you can draw or you can find your way of arriving. It's gonna be just 2 minutes, and you will be asked to come back once the music is fading away.
the rhythm of saints to carry the sound. We will pray for the earth, for the ones yet to come. May you walk in beauty and remember your song. Blessed we are to dance on this ground with the rhythm of saints to carry the sound. We only pray for all life, for the days yet to come. May you walk in beauty and remember your song. Remember why you came here. Remember your life is sacred. Remember why you came here. Remember your life is sacred. Ay, 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 blessed we are to dance on this ground with the rhythm of saints to carry the sound. We will pray for the earth, for the ones yet to come. May you walk in beauty and remember your song. Blessed we are to dance on this ground with the rhythm of saints to carry the sound. We will pray for all life, for the days yet to come. May you walk in beauty and remember your song. Remember why you came here. Remember your life is sacred. Remember why you came here. Remember your life is sacred. Ay, 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 yo. 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 Ay, 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 ay,
Blessed we are to walk on this ground. Let's remember that. Let's walk as if we know that every day, every moment. Well, welcome, dear ones, to this webinar. I hope we are more here now. And let us dive, let us savor what is here today, waiting to be savored.
Thank you, Eleni, for this beautiful music that at least it made my body move. It made me open myself more and yeah, maybe open myself more to bring a story into the field. So I want to bring to you a short story that hopefully will say something about the theme of this webinar, the wild self. And I'm inviting you to make yourself comfortable so you can receive the story the way you want. Um, yeah, just maybe step into the innocent one of you who loves to listen to stories, who's curious, who's excited, who likes to see the world through new eyes. Because this story, it's a Tibetan story, and it says something like this, that once upon a time, there was a boy, and this boy loved to wander the land, to go into forests, to wander among the creeks, to play with sticks, with wood. And it happens that one day this little boy stumbles upon a nest of an eagle. And he finds in the nest a beautiful egg of an eagle. As he was so excited and so curious, he takes the egg with him and brings it back home. And it happens that back home at the same time, his parents had chicken, and there was a hen who was hatching eggs. So as he was a curious person, he puts the egg of the eagle under the hen, hoping that something will come out of it. And days and weeks are passing, and it happens that after some time, when also the little chicken were getting out of the eggs, from the egg of the eagle, there's a little eagle coming out. But this little eagle doesn't know that he or she is an eagle, but just feels that he belongs to that family. And he takes the hen as his mother, and he lives among the other chicks. And days went by, roaming the yard, looking for worms and seeds. And the little eagle is growing a little stronger, but he is living, or she is living, the life of a chicken. Pecking, moving the sand, running with the others. And one day, up in the sky, high up, he sees something moving. He sees the shape of an eagle. Big, strong, fully grown, mature, almighty eagle. With the wings wide open. And that image shakes the body of the little eagle. And his wings begin to tremble, feeling that something inside of him is alive and wanting more. And he begins to speak with another chicken and saying, "Wow, look at that beautiful bird up in the sky. I would love to be like that one." And his fellow chicken is saying, "Well, we are only chicken and you are only chicken. You can never be like that bird, that powerful bird. So let's continue doing what we already know doing." And the story says that from that moment on, that little eagle lived the life of a chicken and forgot and never dreamt of being an eagle flying up in the sky. So this is the little story that we wanted to bring here with you. And soon we are going to invite you in a little bit of sharing in breakout rooms. But before that, I'm just curious if you want to share in the chat one word or maximum a sentence about what touched you from the story, an emotion, a thought, just to feed a little bit into the story. Yeah, what stayed with you? An image, a feeling, a thought. So just feel free, go randomly in the chat and write disappointment, sadness, disappointment, sky, limitations, belonging, cut wings. All right, loss of wild nature, lost potential, inspiration. Beautiful. Maybe just the last few words, if there are more coming. Never becoming your true self. The innate desire of the little chicken eagle expressed so naturally to its fellow chicken. Need for freedom. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for all these words. We're gonna weave them in today's story of this webinar. And now we want to send you for a few minutes in the breakout rooms with a question. Just like yesterday, some of you had the experience of yesterday's breakout rooms. And I will give you now the question. And the question is, what does the story reveal about the wild self? What does the story reveal about the wild self? Yeah. Okay, so before making the groups, I'm curious, Eleni, if you'd like to say something or add something. Okay, then. So what does the story reveal about the wild self? So we are inviting you to speak a little bit, maybe take the words that you shared already in the chat, take some of the insights this story brought to you, and yeah, explore a little bit the wild self theme through the story.
Shall I
So
open I have the rooms booked on if you want. I can.
perfect. Please, please,
Yeah.
Eleni. Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Here they are.
We still have the last minute of the countdown, so we can wait in silence until everyone is joining. Okay, welcome back. I'm always curious what people are talking in breakout rooms, but every time I stay with the curiosity. We would love to take your voices, but unfortunately the time limitations and the size of the group don't really allow it. But we would love to have some of your messages in the chat. So we are inviting you to write down in a sentence any insight or lesson or medicine that this story gave you about the wild self. Something that maybe came up from the conversation or from the way you experienced the story. So just inviting you to write down a few words in the chat. So we have a group here, Joffy, Juliette, and Philip, the connection and the potential that could be. We all feel our potential, wild self, but society and expectation makes it hard to believe, hard to achieve it. The suppression of the wild self, the truth within. Mm. I'm not gonna read every single word, just a couple of them to get a sense. Um, and Eleni, feel free to take also any readings, any comments if you want. I'll take this for now. When we feel the call of our true wild self, it's important to answer. Stay on the path, look for a guide, a place. So Eleni, feel free to take maybe the following.
We talked about the importance of staying in truth in yourself with your heart. The eagle heart, the eagle heard the calling from inside. He kept looking to the sky. Mhm.
Yeah,
I
we
love
see also having different perspectives on the same topic, but yeah, at the end, having a common opinion. And yeah, I want to read this one. Don't settle for a mediocre chicken life. Be a wild eagle. I think we want to feed this idea in today's meeting.
it.
But what if we are chickens? What if we are chickens? Mm. Yeah, this question, what if we are chickens? It made me think that chickens come from dinosaurs, and they are carrying a very wild and powerful DNA. And maybe now I just want to weave a little bit the story. For me, this story it's about two parts of me. One that is domesticated, is domesticated bird, a domesticated spirit that lives in a very contained um, frame, a yard, a house, and the other one is the free, wild spirit, the eagle that is untamed, that flies freely. And of course, we cannot compare, an eagle with an ant and say that if someone flies up high is more powerful or more wild than the other. But yeah, when I look at the story, as if every part of the story, every character in the story is a part of me, then I see these two sides of the story, the domesticated one of me and the wild one of me. Okay, so I'm gonna read here the last message here because we wanna shift a little bit from the story into a new part. But yeah, Petya, Erato, and Iliana write about desire to belong. So he believed what he was told and he didn't try, which was sad, but we thought it couldn't be blamed because it needed the example of his family. But that there was hope for it in the future. When it's older, that he would try and flap its wings and see what happens. Yeah. Uh, Having examples, having a wild family, a wild tribe around us definitely is so important and helps us. All right. Thank you all for engaging with the story, for sharing in the breakout rooms, for writing ideas here. Let's take the experience of the story, the emotions, the images, the insights, and weave them in the following piece that we want to offer to you. Thank you.
And you will probably see that the following piece is a continuation of what we have been crafting so far. This one that is coming now is a poem by Mary Oliver. Um, and its title is In My House. In My House. And yeah, just make room in your house for this poem. Let it echo in the depths of your inside. It goes like this. In my house lives the most beautiful wild animal. In my house lives the most beautiful wild animal. But she is sad. She has lost her forest. She has lost her tribe. Her very language is almost gone, dissolved in the sorrow and disuse. What can you do to comfort such a creature? What can you do to comfort such a creature? She stares out of the windows and longs to go somewhere, but where? The nothingness of the days exhausts her. Have you ever seen an animal weep? When I touch her, she looks at me with that lost world in her eyes, hopeful, hopeful, but trembling. Here it is once more. In my house lives the most beautiful wild animal, but she is sad. She has lost her forest, she has lost her tribe. Her very language is almost gone, dissolved in sorrow and disuse. What can you do to comfort such a creature? She stares out of the window and longs to go somewhere, but where? The nothingness of the days exhausts her. Have you ever seen an animal weep? Have you ever seen an animal weep? When I touch her, she looks at me with that lost world in her eyes, hopeful, hopeful, but trembling. In my house lives the most beautiful wild animal. By Mary Oliver. I am breathing as I am taking in the poem. You might do the same if you want. You might want to catch just a word from this poem and maybe put it in your notebook, a word that is echoing inside of your psyche at the moment, a word that has captured you, or or an image, or yeah, anything else. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, just reading here, there is longing and she is sad. Mhm. Yeah, and we will take this poem. We will take this poem and we will open the door of discussion about wild and wildness. Mm. But before we cross the door, I want to say a little bit about how poetry works, that and how art works in general. That once you read something, I read something now, a poem. Let's say I read this poem now, and or let me rephrase. I read this poem, I think 3 years ago, and it had this message, and I'm reading it now, and it has a different message. And today I am gonna keep these um, words as doors, and we're gonna enter through these doors. It's the most beautiful wild animal. It's the most beautiful wild animal. And although the language is gone, almost gone, not gone, almost gone. Okay, almost gone. Ah. And the longing is there. She longs to look out of the window and find what is missing. She looks at me with that lost world in her eyes, hopeful, hopeful. So these are the words that are catching me now, and I'm just sharing them with you as a gate to enter the discussion. Yeah. So let's say that inside our house, all of our houses, there is a wild being, at least one. Maybe there's more. Yeah. And similar to the story that Bogdan said earlier, somehow we have come to this understanding and our that wild is everything around and not us. Like I was talking about the word nature the other day, yesterday. Wild is everything around and not us, not us humans. Mm. Um, and also wild, the word wild has become has gone in our vocabulary the connotation of um, violent maybe or loud or um, yeah, this kind of, let's say, negative connotations. But wild means being who we're born to be. Outside in the land, the eagle is equally wild as the snail. They are, right? They're just different wild, but they're wild. Mm. And I like to believe, just like Bogdan said before, that yeah, chicken are have been also previously wild. I'm actually on this quest to find what is the wild version of the chicken. Because there must be, right? Like there is dog and there is wolf. So we know that. Yeah. So what is the wild version of um yeah, of the chicken? Yeah, or maybe I confuse things a little bit here, but yeah, going back to the idea that um, wildness means being our authentic self, our natural self, the way we were born to be. And sometimes, many times, the culture we live in has put so many frames and conditions and shaping into the way we should behave, look, appear, talk, express, dress, etc., etc., that this wildness from within has been, in a way, um, tamed or trimmed, a little bit like uh, a bonsai tree, which has been cut in different shapes so that it looks beautiful in a way, perfect. And but yeah, it has been so much shaped. It has lost its authenticity. Guess what though? If you let a bonsai tree alone in nature, it goes back to the wild self. Of course, there will be a little bit of, I mean, the turning and so on, but it will grow wild again. And I'm sharing all this just to connect with, yeah, inside of us, the wild self still waits, just like the poem says, still awaits in hope. The longing is there. The language is almost used, but not entirely used. Lost is used, but is not lost. It's somewhere there waiting. Somewhere where they are waiting. And yeah, maybe this poem, this story is now um, drumming inside the wild self of you and wanting to, yeah, ignite it and bring it more into the world, hopefully. I will pause here. I will invite Bogdan to weave with me all this conversation.
Yeah, there are lots of thoughts that are running through my mind, and what I want to share is that Bill Plotkin, one of our teachers, he spoke at one point that a certain percentage of the Earth's surface needs to stay fully wild. And I don't remember exactly the percentage, but it's something around 60-70% of Earth's, it might be more, it might be less, needs to be uh, untouched by human beings. And this is because these large ecosystems, they help co-regulate the planetary systems. And hearing this, it makes me think of ourselves. How would it be to use this analogy for ourselves? Like 60% of the time I live, I need to be in a wild state. Um, of course, we can live, our urban lives, modern lifestyles, but to keep a certain minimum amount of time to be in touch with our wild nature and the wild world. And yeah, so the importance of being attuned and connected with our wild self, uh, it's not an utopian way of being, it's beautiful to be wild, but it's crucial for our health, for our mental health, for our physical health. And the crisis of mental health issues nowadays, I would say, and many people, demonstrated this, it has to do with our separation from nature and living artificial lifestyles. So we need to rewild ourselves in a conscious way. And I would say that rewilding ourselves is a personal responsibility, either through tending a garden or going for walks every weekend or every month to go somewhere in deep wild nature. It's a personal responsibility for our sanity, but also for our authentic expression of being in the world. Because we receive true guidance when we are in nature. So we tune with the natural world and we align with the rhythm of the natural world, which is the natural way of living. But also we allow our inner nature to come forth and guide us and instruct us through the intuition that we all have. And maybe one more thought, and then I'm gonna, ask you, Eleni, if you have other things to say. And I want to bring here the importance of our bodies. So body as a element of rewilding, because the body is it's coming from millions and billions of years of evolution. We have a reptilian brain inside of us. We have a mammalian brain inside of us, and the neocortex is only, in the last couple of hundreds of years developed. But we have a wild self, and when we are in touch with nature, with the river, we put our feet or hands in the river, or when we get wet in a rain, or we get cold outside, we bridge the natural worlds with our bodies, and our bodies become raw, this raw version. And I have to admit, my partner is always scolding me, saying, "You preach all these beautiful things, but you don't make them." And I have to say that, yeah, it's hard to live to rewild ourselves in the natural, in artificial environments that we live in. But we have to find our way, and there are ways of doing this, and yeah, we will play with them. And there's always more we can do, but it's important to do something every day, every week. Yeah.
In the title of the webinar, we spoke about discovering the life force within. Yeah, when we connect with this wild self within, wow, we are alive. We are open to the experiences. We are open to the vitality. We're not just existing. We are becoming creatures. Yeah, just and it's not by chance we wrote the word igniting. It's like there is a vitality. The spirit is awakened. The spirit inside is awakened. Um, and that's why we get back to we become natural. We become natural because the vitality, as if nature is back inside. Does it make sense what I'm saying? I know it sounds a little bit maybe spiritual, but if you're curious, we are truly inviting you to open more to the possibilities of, to the invitations of reigniting the wild self, and you will feel how the aliveness comes. So, yeah, um, many times we quote with Bogdan, what shall we do in this session? And I know it's a quote from some beautiful philosopher that I don't recall at the moment. Um, and we always say, let's do what makes us alive, because the world needs people who are alive fully. So it's a quote from some philosopher that I don't remember at the moment, but yeah, what if we went all the times for all that makes us truly alive, to risk to be ourselves? And I'm saying that because wildness is something to the way it is now, it's something to be afraid of. And the more we are opening ourselves to our own wildness, the more we can uh, open up to respecting, appreciating, loving, acknowledging the wisdom of every other being around. Um, for example, allow me a short example, and maybe I'm taking a little bit more time, but just one more minute here. Um, I was at the fruit market the other day and I was listening to the people they are talking. It rained, and when it rains in Cyprus, the river comes. Otherwise, the rivers don't have water. And when the river comes, then things are happening because the rivers are not growing, are not running every day. And and I heard them saying, yeah, but the municipality didn't clean up the riverbed, which means destroy all the, get inside the riverbed with a tractor and destroy all the plants and all the ecosystem that is there, because then these will create a mess and when the rain comes. And I was just thinking, wow, if I was thinking, no, good that somebody protected this wild landscape. And I was thinking, of course, when the wildness is within is not found, everything else around which is wild is scary and becomes a threat for our existence. And when we open ourselves to our own wildness, then every other wildness is appreciated and acknowledged and respected and protected. That makes sense what I'm saying. Mhm. Mhm. And I just wanted to bring this as a way of bridging with the topic of all three webinars of returning to Earth. Otherwise, we want to have tamed lions in our houses. And I hear there is more tamed lions in our houses than in the wild land. Yeah. So yeah, there is vitality. And when we find this vitality, then there comes respect and responsibility for all the vitality and wildness around. Bogdan, do you want to add something here? No?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
So let's go back to the poem. Inside our house lives a wild, beautiful animal. And the coming activities will offer possibilities for this wild, beautiful animal of your being to come more into the world. And yeah, I'm inviting you to put aside the journal, the notebook, the pen. And yeah, I'm inviting you to maybe stand up. Let's stand up. I feel it's appropriate for this next activity. And already we're crossing the threshold and we're risking a little bit by standing up, but let's do it. Let's stand up. Let's stand up for a moment. By standing up, I'm inviting you to move a little bit your body as if the wild, beautiful animal lives in our body, because it does, right? It lives in our body as much as in our hearts and in our mind and spirit. And just swing a little bit in this place where you are, as if you're saying, "Hello, wild creature within. I'm curious about you. I'm curious about you. I am inviting you. I want to hear you." So this is kind of calling the wild, beautiful being within. If you want, if it feels right, you might close your eyes. You don't have to, but I find it I find that closing our eyes helps us to connect more with this inner wildness, if it feels right. Ah, and I'm inviting you to take a few deep breaths. Ah, and keep swinging your bodies if it feels right. Ah, there, let's say that it's more precious if there is a little bit of sound on the exhalation, if there is a sigh. Ah, and then I'm inviting you to tune in together as if I am starting to vibrate on one note and you are echoing what I am vibrating. We are tuning in. Mm. And you can go. Mm. Mm. Go. Mm. Mm. Feel free to continue the humming. Mm. 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 Keep repeating after me. Earth, my body. You go. Earth, my body. Water, my blood. Water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body. Earth, my body. Water, my blood. Water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Let's sing it all together and keep moving. And maybe the words are not entirely craft it doesn't matter. Just follow the tune on repeat a little bit after me. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, earth, my body, water, my blood, water, my blood. Fire, air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood. Air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. And from this place where we are, let's keep breathing. Let's keep breathing as we are exhaling. Allow a sound to come out, a sound that is coming natural now. Whatever that is, just let it out. Maybe it's a tune, maybe it's a howling, maybe it's a whisper, maybe it's a sound of a bird, or maybe it's a sound of a laughter. Just keep breathing in and letting out the breath in the way it wants to come out through a sound. So yeah, what we're doing now is having the earth, the spirit, the fire, the air inside, and we are just bringing out voices, sounds. Maybe risk a little bit more with the sounds you're creating. Maybe do a sound that you have not done before. In these last 5 minutes, we're singing together. Maybe there to let a voice, maybe a high note or a low note or a particular sound, a laughter, a cry, a roaring to come out. Just be there with that sound. Mm. Yeah, and yeah, it's possible. It's possible that already now there is a million protectors coming saying, no, what are we doing now? It's dangerous, stop. And they have come for a reason saying, yeah, thank you. I would just want to check how it is to let voice and explore and experiment. Nobody's listening, only Eleni's voice is now being recorded. So we can just let more of this voice to come out. And maybe there is a movement, extra stretch that wants to happen. Yeah. And there is a moment for one last piece of sound to be made. Starting now, now, woo, woo, woo. And then, yeah, coming back to your stillness or not. But yeah, opening up to yourself or deepening the experience through other invitations. Stay, linger in this place. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Stay here. Something will come. Another invitation, another possibility to deepen, to further explore, to risk becoming more of this wild self.
Yeah. So the voice is an important element of our wildness. And we are going to invite also the body even more in the conversation. And for this, we're gonna use a little bit of music, and I'm gonna ask you, Eleni, to stop the sharing of your sound so I can shift. Yeah. So we are inviting you now for a moment of embodiment and movement. Maybe for some of you would be dancing. There will be a song that will be played. I still see you, Eleni, sharing the computer sound.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to stop it. You cannot.
Um,
I'm sorry. Stay. You stay, guys, in the
mhm. Oh,
um um. I will. Like here.
oh, I made it. Okay. So, yes, just a moment here. Yeah, you are invited to surrender to the song that is going to be played. It has some tribal elements. So I'm just adding here one more flavor is when you are moving and being carried by the sounds, inviting you to imagine that this is happening in a tribe and you are in a tribe that is celebrating something, a moment, an important moment in the tribal's life through this song. And move as wildly as you can. Ask your wild self to take over you and move move you. So you are not the one moving, but the wild self is moving through you. All right? I will not say more things, but go wild. And let's see if the sound will come through. Just a second here. Okay. Can you hear? Perfect. Enjoy. slowly return. How was it? Was it wild? Yeah, I see some happy bodies and less layers on some of you. Yeah, that's a beautiful one. Yeah, the song uh, is a tribute to our tribal roots, We may just take a deep breath in, just allow our bodies to rest a little bit or settle. You may maybe spend a moment of gratitude here for your body. Oh, what a blessing to be able to do all these things. And we are going to continue even more, diving deeper. So we had a moment with our voice, which is such a crucial part of our wild self, to be able to speak our truth, to express our authenticity, to be able to sing our songs and offer our gifts through the voice, which so often is blocked or limited. And yeah, liberating our voice. Then there's the full expression of the body that is wild and untamed and sensual. And there's also wildness inside of our psyche that comes through imagination, that comes through sensations. And we are going to invite you to a short journey to explore a little bit the inner wildness that lives in our psyches. And we're going to have a short imagery now. But just curious before that, if Eleni, is there anything you'd like to add or? Okay. So we are going to have some kind of deep imagery journeys, embodiment, exploration. Eleni offered something similar yesterday in the exploration of a place of deep belonging. And now with this process, the intention is to create a space in which you can connect with a dimension of your wild self and to know and to get to know that part of you and to expand the presence of your wild self within you. So there will be some bit of shamanic drumming in the background, and I will be guiding you with different instructions along the way. And you're invited just to surrender to this moment. There's no specific outcome that you need to have or to come back with. It's just be in the moment and see what happens. But you may allow yourself to open to any images that come to you, images in shapes that you're familiar with, maybe animals or beings of nature, or maybe never before seen images that come from your imagination, to open yourself to any sensations in your body, or thoughts, or emotions. Something may happen, something may visit you, something may not happen. Go without any expectation and any desire to have something in return. the drum will provide a support for you to be carried. So just if it feels right, just follow the rhythm of the drumming and allow yourself to be carried by the drum. And these are the instructions. This is the frame. You are invited maybe to be in a standing position, so you may embody and allow your body to be free. That if your body wants to be on the ground or standing or in between, but if you feel like, you can also be on the chair. My strong encouragement may be to be in a place that gives more freedom to your body. Okay? So this will be for a few minutes, and yeah, let's see what will happen. So just inviting you now to take a posture, take your place in the room, maybe standing. And the invitation here is also to have your eyes closed, so you can see more with the inner eye, and you can be more open to your imagination. And as you are standing, just drop into your body and having 2 deep breaths in and out. And with each breath, feeling more that you belong to your body. Maybe 1 more deep breath in. Just make a sound to make sure, or movement to make sure you hear the sound. Okay, thank you. Right. Just drop into your body and allow the rhythm to carry you. Allowing the body to move in any kind of way. You want to stretch. Allow any sound to come through. And as you find yourself in this place, in this moment, just ask your wild self. Ask your wild self reveal itself to you. Tell your wild self that you're willing to make yourself available for any images, emotions. And if there is any image or a being it to come to you, to take you. And if nothing happens yet, that's totally fine. But you may want to keep asking your wild self to reveal itself to you, to take you in this journey, to show you something about how to be wild. And if there is any image or sensation or feeling, just allow yourself to shape-shift into that, to become that being, to become that animal. Become that natural shape. Become that emotion. And get to know it and allow it to get to know you. And allow yourself in this experience, in this moment, to receive any message or instruction or piece of information from this wild part. Not expecting anything in particular, but just being in this experience. And soon you will be called to return, but staying a little bit more in this encounter for a moment of expressing gratitude for the being, sensation, or anything that came to you, maybe to your whole wild self. This moment of gratitude, preparing yourself to slowly transition and return. Carrying with you anything from this experience. Slowly returning. Now you're being invited to shift into the drawing materials if you have them near you, into your journal, and just for the next couple of minutes capturing anything that happened, anything that you experienced, you saw, you felt, you heard, for about 4 or 5 minutes of sketching, journaling, and there will be some music in the background. just want to bring one question to stay with and maybe continue this reflection process. And this question is, what does your wild self want to tell you in this moment? Maybe you have already wrote something about this, but if not, we just want to bring this question to be a little bit more in this reflective mode. So the question is, what does your wild self want to tell you in this moment? What does your wild self want to tell you in this moment? And yeah, you'll keep this for you, so you may write anything in any kind of way. So just 1 or 2 more minutes for this journaling, drawing, and also being with this question. Okay, and we are slowly inviting you back. And I will hold my curiosity about the experiences you went through. So we're gonna leave them like this, keep them in the mystery, not knowing what actually happened for you and what you experienced. But if there's something that you'd like to share more, there will be the Q&A question at the end, and where there we can have more time for Q&A. So, but for now, we will just yeah, close it here. This moment of interaction with the wild self. So thank you all. Hopefully something happened there that brought you something. Thank you. Yeah. So, Eleni.
Yes. Well, the wild self um, has only the portal of the wild self has only opened. We're not closing it now. We are just continuing with the knowledge that we have gathered and the experience that we have gathered. And I'm saying this because we want to continue the journaling, but maybe now we are continuing the journaling from the perspective of looking at the looking at things from a little bit above. So we're kind of aiming to see the bigger picture of what we have been doing today, and what has happened. And we want to invite you for spending time with the question: how would your wild self and all the traits of the wild self you have discovered, the one from this last um, activity, but maybe there is also traits from the poem "In My House There's a Wild Being," or maybe even before, from the story, from all the things of this day. So how would my wild self serve the earth at these times? How would my wild self serve the earth at these times? And I will drop the question in the chat so you have it also there. And yeah, there will be 1-2 minutes to just capture ideas there, knowing that the wild self is in service of the earth. So yeah, the music will start at some moment. The question will come now. And spend a bit of time with this question. So we're going to offer one more question here. And you may continue on the previous and add notes on this one that is coming now. And the new question is, how is the outer wildness calling me to act? How is the outer wildness calling me to act? What instructions am I getting from the outer wildness or them? And the question is also in the chat. And again, 1-2 minutes here. Last words in this question as the new one is coming. A new question is coming. You will see how we love to go into the depths of our psyche and also come back in service for the world. And you know, the next question is, what is one action you can do in the next 24 hours to serve the earth and its wildness? What is one action you can do in the next 24 hours to serve earth and its wildness from your wild self? From your wild self. So again, 1-2 minutes here. And last words here, last drops of words. You know, mm, words stayed on the piece of paper do not make as much difference as acting on upon these words. So yeah, you know what is our encouragement. Our encouragement is for you to do that action in the next 24 hours. I'm saying last because I'm curious if you did uh, your action the previous 24 hours from the first webinar. And if not, then twice today you have two of them. I'm kidding, but it's just just an invitation and an encouragement to bring this into the world, the gifts to be shared, to be gifted further, because that's how change happens when we transform ourselves through our actions, not only through our being. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So here we are coming to an end, having walked quite some paths in these 2 hours we have been together. Yes, I just want to say keep with you every activity that has been easy and not easy for you. Because if it has been easy, it means it's a doorway to the wildness. And if it's not easy, it means it's another door to your wildness. So keep everything that has touched you in any way. Uh, yeah, and I'm just inviting Bogdan now to lead us
Yeah, the
further.
final moments before shifting into the Q&A part. I'm just inviting you to spend a moment here with your body. Just maybe you wanna hug your body, press. Um, yeah, just be with your body. Maybe even closing your eyes for a few seconds. The container of wildness. May wanna stretch, allowing anything that is not needed to leave your body, and keep anything that needs to be kept, knowing that the inner resources of your wildness are always with us, they are always present. Accepting the limitations and imperfections of being human, and celebrating the imperfections and perfections of being human. And now, as final closing, we're inviting you to take the candle if you have it with you, and before blowing it, maybe set an intention for the day. Just setting a wish, a desire, a prayer that may guide you today, and then when you're ready, you may blow the candle. All right. So the circle is closed, and we are opening a smaller circle now for the following moments in which, if you have any questions or things you want to share about the theme of the workshop, the activities we did, the content we shared, anything is welcomed.
And just a practical thing here. If you don't want to be visible in the recording, you can drop your question in the chat. Otherwise, you can unmute yourself and speak, knowing that you will be in the recording. Yes, Magdalena, you can ask your question tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. We will be here. And you will be here. Great.
Yeah, Dorina? Yeah.
Do we need to put our hands up with some way or?
Yeah, the way you did it,
Okay.
it's great. So I see
Okay.
that also Dorina was getting
Okay.
ready.
Dorina,
So
go
one
ahead.
of you,
Okay, I can go first. I was wondering if you can suggest some reading materials apart from Bill Plotkin's book. Um, can you suggest some reading materials to give us, I don't know, some background information, some background knowledge, in case we are brave enough to maybe do some of these activities in our own work, just to support us better when we are in front of young people or in front of people that maybe have never been in contact with this perspective, with this way of seeing things. Thank you.
yeah. Should I go? Yeah. We haven't discussed yet, but I assume that we will send you a big email after this webinar with resources and um, recommendations. We also have lots of videos on YouTube with activities and also other PDFs and manuals. So there will be, I assume, but now that you mentioned this, we will put it for sure. So there will be. Yeah, thank you, Dorina. Zsofia, yeah,
Yeah, actually, I also wanted to ask about Bill Plotkin. I mean, I read some of his books, and yeah, I was just curious, like kind of like what kind of, or do you use like his methodology of this eco psychology or eco awakening, or yeah, like this exercise? Because actually, once I was in a training course, and the exercises were very similar. And I mean, to be honest, I think it's super nice that online you can do this and this good. But yeah, I'm just curious, like what kind of methodology or exercises or yeah, like where are they coming from?
Bogdan, do you want to go
yeah.
first?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. Um, I would say that, yeah, concept-wise, we use a lot of Bill Plotkin's ideas, and methodologically wise, we're using a lot of extra activities which come from also, storytelling and poetry and
Hmm.
arts, and so not only the work with nature, with the land itself, but also arts, and these from this we draw inspiration from um, other wise people like by Michael Mead, and our own investigations,
Hmm.
things, and the work we have been working on as youth workers and facilitators for years. So I would say that, yeah, maybe most of the concepts come from Bill Plotkin, but
Hmm.
the activities are also coming from,
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
we are just adjusting and adapting from, yeah, many other sources that we feel inspired by. Does this answer your question, Sophia?
Yes, yes, yes.
And maybe what I'm also saying is that, yeah, you can go. I mean, I'm going back to what I said before. Let's do what makes us alive, the activity that makes us alive. If it feels alive for you, then most probably it will feel alive and important and inspiring for the people you work with.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, do what inspires you. Bogdan?
Just briefly, we use some of his maps and models that we find them useful as a way of looking at human development. So there's the nature-based map of the human psyche, which is kind of archetypal psychology, and then there's the ecocentric developmental wheel with different life stages and tasks. But what goes in the activities to cultivate these resources is, inspired and taken from different sources. Thank you. And there are many teachers that created their own maps and models and ways of looking at the world, and I think that's beautiful to have an abundance of perspectives. Oh, there's a question here.
Mhm.
Um, is there any group in Cyprus that works with universal consciousness and the well-being of the earth? Eleni, maybe you know more about this?
Mm, well, partially Inspiration Path is working on that. Um, there's I'm not personally aware of another group working on both of them, maybe equally. I know there is a lot of organizations who do a lot of practical work with uh, wildlife protection. Um, yeah, Vasiliki, I'm not sure I can answer, but feel free to get more in touch with us, and maybe through that you get to know more people because in our activities there is more people who come from different organizations.
Yeah, and there's also Erato writing about a form of appreciation for the work that we are doing and Inspiration Path is doing. I think this detail was included in the email, right?
Right, yeah, it is
Yeah.
included. If you want to support us, we're very grateful for your donation. Do we have more people who raising hands? Sophia, are you raising your hand again? Yeah, okay, great. Let's hear you.
But Dorina as well. And I think she was first again.
Dorina?
No, no, no more questions. I just left forgot the hand there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, my question would be that are you gonna have any training courses in the near future where it's possible to participate?
There's always training courses coming in
You
the
have any?
future.
Okay.
I think if you registered in our newsletters, you will be receiving the information. Which country are you coming from?
Well, Hungary or Spain?
Okay. Great. Yeah. So, and also, yeah, you can also follow the organization's social media, and you will find information there. Um, hmm. Anything else, dear people? Any other questions?
Actually, I want to add one thing, since you asked if there are any other events or stuff like that. This evening, because I also run different Erasmus Plus projects, this evening I'm hosting a 1 hour webinar for a project that I'm disseminating. And it's from 7 o'clock CET, Central European Time. I'm gonna put the link here, and we're gonna work a little bit with Bill Plotkin's map if some of you want to join. It's only 1 hour long. 1 hour.
Short and sweet.
And,
Beautiful.
all right.
I think we are good to conclude.
Mm-hmm.
Well, dear people, it has been again a delight and a blessing to be in your company. Thank you for showing up today with so much presence and devotion and curiosity and courage and fear, and beyond that, a lot of love. A lot of love. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, as we wrote in the email, your presence gives us hope. It gives me hope for how the seeds are being spread and cared and cultivated and further spread and so on. Yeah, I think this is how change is happening by you being here. Beautiful.
Thank you also from my side. It's been an honor and a blessing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. It's becoming a habit.
Mhm. Right. Well, have a beautiful rest of the day.
Thank you.
Bye bye.